Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay and this is Project Goodspeed, and on today's video I'm going to be installing a brand new set of battery terminals for the little hatchback here. Let's get started. Welcome to Project Goodspeed, guys, where I take my daily hatchback here and I try to upgrade it with new parts or old junkyard parts or basically anything that I can find to make the little Civic here a much better ride. In a previous video, I mentioned I would be doing a whole series of electronic upgrades for the little hatchback here, but before I can do all of that, I have to address one thing, and that is the battery. To be more precise, I'm talking about the battery terminals. Now, having bad battery terminals can actually cause your car to not start, which, trust me, I've been there, and I've actually been there multiple times. Sometimes you get this really gunky, corroded buildup on the terminals, and it makes for a bad connection, and sometimes the car just won't start. Now, I don't know if you guys have been through this, but the stock terminals on the Civic actually are not even this thick. If I remember, they're kind of like little flimsy rings that kind of just slip on top of the post ends, and they are not the sturdiest of metal. Now, my first talking point are actually these Auto brand battery terminals that you can pick up for less than 20 bucks, I think, maybe even 10, I'm not too sure. These are a really inexpensive way to fix bad terminal connection. And I am definitely not knocking these. I've actually bought them multiple times and they get the job done. My issue with these are these gave me a really hard time. As you can see, these are not really tightened, but this one is kind of just seized in that location. And that is one issue that really bothered me, because in order to actually remove this, I can't just unscrew the thing and expect it to come out. I basically have to take a screwdriver and pry it open, and that is just gonna make things worse because this metal is apparently very fragile and it just chips away like that. You guys can see the nut actually did all of that damage from just tightening it and loosening it over the years and doing upgrades and stuff. I mean, look, the nut is not even installed and I can't. I need some sort of pry tool to get this actually to open up, which is, it's an issue. I really don't want to be doing all of this when I just want to disconnect the battery for, let's say, just real quick. I need to do some sort of wiring or something. These are not the best thing to do, all of that. The other issue I have is typically they are not ideal for somebody who has a lot of, let's say, connections that go to let's say the positive one, because as you can see, it's basically just a clamp and it is only kind of thick enough to fit one wire. So let's say you got a sub or you have other accessories that are aftermarket into your car. This little one probably wouldn't be the best thing for adding all kinds of extra connections to it. Let's say that even if you don't have any extra accessories, right, and you only have your positive gauge wire that goes into this. Essentially what it does is it will just sandwich the wire, because the tire that you clamped on this, it's kind of hard for the wire to maintain its shape, and it'll actually just kind of like fan out, which if it doesn't fall out, it's really no big deal really, but I just personally don't like the way it looks. I would prefer a more cleaner connection. Now again, this is me not knocking them, because I have used them and they do work just fine. This is me saying that for somebody who does a lot of maintenance or upgrades or just electrical stuff on your car, these have become a pain for me. So I'm going to replace them. And let me show you guys what I've got. I went online and I tried to find some battery terminals that looked decent, looked sturdy, and didn't look like early 2000s scooter clamps. And I really couldn't find all that many. I ended up just going back to Amazon and I managed to purchase these. These look kind of sturdy. They definitely have some weight to them. So it comes with different size openings here for different gauges, and it comes with a little cover, as you guys can see. However, I am starting to see that even if you were to install some wires in here, obviously the nut would have to be raised up in order to fit the wire in there, which would make this cover basically useless. So there's that. Another thing is there's actually no handle or no clip to actually remove this. You kind of can't really hold on to it. You have to like pry it open from 3 corners. I mean, I liked where their head was at, but they could have done a lot better job of designing this thing. Come on. So it comes with an Allen wrench bolt and a nut with a lock washer and this little fairing here for the different size terminals, whether it's the positive or the negative one, because they are different sizes. Now, one thing I do want to mention is you could fit the wire straight in there and just clamp it down with the right size Allen wrench, and I don't think it would go anywhere for the same reason that these don't go anywhere. You know, you just gotta clamp it down hard enough. Now, the proper way to actually install these, however, is by using wire ferrules. You essentially take your wire ferrule and you squeeze your gauge wire into here, and then the other end goes into here and it just clamps down. However, the right way to use this is, I believe there's a crimping tool for this, but that tool costs a lot more money than I wanted to spend. So I'm gonna skip that part, and I'm just gonna put the wire ferrule on there and basically let the nut crimp it down for me. This will actually also help keeping it from fanning out, which this one does not. I managed to take out one of the screws here, and it looks like the gold plated looking ring thing in there is actually kind of just like a half opened ferrule. So you can actually probably just stick this in, your wire in there, and don't even need this kit, which I didn't know. I thought we needed it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and install this because I think these sturdy ones are gonna be a much better outcome for removing and reinstalling your battery terminals in case you need to work on your car compared to these, because these have annoyed me so much and I kind of don't want to deal with them anymore. So let's go ahead and put these in there. And another thing, it makes it very hard to actually reach with a proper sized wrench. I gotta be honest, I've actually shorted it on that end a couple times. Okay, that one's not so bad. But over the years, it wears its toll on the little battery terminal here. They could have put a little red strip or a black one here to make it a little easier to differentiate which one is which. As I mentioned, the battery terminals are actually different sizes. If you guys can see here, this positive one is a lot thicker than this negative one. What that means for our little terminals here is we don't actually need this ring that goes in the middle here, so we know that this one is going to be for the positive and this one is going to be for the negative. Now we can go ahead and do the other one. Look at that. Oh, I am shocked at this unforeseen turn of events. Damn it. Okay, so it looks like the wire ferrule just didn't get crimped all the way. So I guess the tool to crimp this down is crucial in order to use these. I guess maybe if you tighten it down a little bit more, but honestly, I don't trust it all that well anymore. So it looks like I'm just gonna go ahead and install it like this and let the actual screw clamp it all the wires down. So this side is actually a little tight, a little snug, just because when I had to remove the stock one to expose these wires, I actually had to cut it short about ½ an inch or maybe an inch. So that's kind of why it's a little tight to maneuver around here. And now I have the ability to add accessories onto other things here. However, I am noticing that unless the accessories are what looks to be like very short gauge wiring, they will have to be attached to this bolt here. So there is that, just because the two big gauge openings are being taken up by these two, and I can't really move those out of the way. So I guess these terminals probably have the same faulty issue as this one. The only difference is these look nicer, but you still can't add accessories to them unless they are very short gauge wires, or unless you have a little circle adapter that goes in through here and you can attach it that way. But you'd also need the crimping tool for that. So many different crimping tools that you need for this wiring stuff. Also, I am not a fan of the Allen wrenches. You have to be really careful here, because this is the only Allen wrench I found that fits, and I am like right there. If I touch that metal piece, I'm gonna ground myself. The tension. Careful. It's gonna be crooked. That is just gonna stay like that. I can't turn it. Oh, look at that. Oh shit. Okay. Woo. Okay, let's test this out. So, pretty sturdy, not bad. And as you guys may have noticed, there is no battery holder. That is not safe. But I've had that for ever since I've owned the car, and I really should address that. But let's see if I was wrong and these actually do fit. I think the best case scenario is gonna be on this one here. So we install it. Dude, how do they expect us to get this thing in there? Is it one end first, all of them at the same time? Oh, come on. Oh, that was about it. Well, it is in there now, but let's see if I can remove it. How does it? This is gonna be an issue for the positive one, because, well, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use these though. They do fit, but they're just gonna be more hassle to remove them, and I probably will eventually end up breaking them. Knowing me, they are gonna be kind of annoying, and I'll just get tired of them and just yank them off. And a few things I'd like to mention. And the first thing is, obviously, the wire ferrules are probably only good for when you actually have the proper tool to crimp them into place. I probably could have gotten them to fit here a little better if I just tightened them a little bit more, although I didn't want to risk it, so I didn't use them. Another thing is they are a lot sturdier. However, being that I need an Allen wrench to actually remove these, it is gonna get a little bit annoying. So now that I've got these new ones installed, hopefully they last a little bit longer and are a little bit more user-friendly and don't annoy the crap out of me when I try to remove them. However, only time will tell, honestly. They are not without their downfall. Another thing is that the option to add extra accessories to this positive terminal here is kind of useless, because most of the time you're going to be installing a pretty low gauge wire and you need a big opening, and those tiny little slots really won't do all that well. Oh, another thing, I would have preferred different color coded ones. That would have been better. I don't know why they didn't think of that. However, that being said, I think they are still definitely better than the Autopart brand stores terminals, just because they are a lot sturdier and they look a little bit better. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Like I said before, stay tuned for all the other electronic upgrades I've got planned for the little hatchback, because there are a lot more to come. I just had to kind of start there so that I had a good solid base and didn't have to worry about changing that up later on in the future. So if you guys like the content and want to see more of this little hatchback, you know, like, comment, and subscribe, because I've got a lot of stuff planned, and this series is going to be revolving around electronic stuff. So stay tuned, and if you want to see all the electronic upgrades I plan to give this little 90s hatchback to try to make it a little bit more modern. So until next time, take care and good speed, guys.